Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Start with our palms facing up to the heavens. Just float them up and then face to the earth and sink. And with our breath, inhale and exhale. Take a breath in and then exhale out. And then our next inhale, sink a little in your knees and exhale up. So today's practice is balancing yin and yang for midsummer. So we're sort of at our maximum yang, expansiveness, and all the wonderful things that come with midsummer. And so today's practice, the intention is for nourishment. And I'll actually be doing a lot of things to support the water element to help balance out this very yang time of year. So inhale and exhale. We'll do the second part of this breath, which is inhale up. And then having your palms face the earth, glide out and in and down. So putting it all together, inhale. As you sink, exhale, stand taller. Inhale as you sink, turn your palms and exhale out. Inhale in, exhale out. So a name for this breath practice is wave breathing. So I like to sort of hear the waves come in on the shore and then feel them recede back to the sea. So they come in and out. And so many of us migrate to the sea, right, in the summer to balance out the yang of summer. We get drawn to the yin of the water. So inhale up and then exhale. Inhale, float up and exhale out. And see as you relax into this breath practice, if you could sort of tap into that nourishment of the waves and that sort of mixing of yin and yang. Let's do one more slowly. Inhale up, then exhale as we stand taller. Inhale, floating your hands up, and then exhale, letting the waves slide out and then recede, and floating your hands down. Just turn your awareness inwards and tune in to all that water that's inside of each of us, right where ideally this blend of yin and yang. So tune into that yin within you. Then opening your eyes, standing with your legs pretty wide, your toes turning out. You do a forward fold. Then have a soft bend in your knees as your knees track out of your toes. Cross your hands as if you're taking a t-shirt off, which you always do when you're upside down, right? And so you're going to tuck your tailbone under, roll up as your arms, taking that t-shirt up, out, and then into a little squat. So the name of this is mixing yin and yang. So inhale, stand taller. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slight bend in your knees as you roll up, tucking in. Here's your maximum yin, and then here's your maximum yang. So inhale, and then fold forward. A little sumo squat as you roll up and out. So continue at the pace of your own breath, just tuning in to that maximum yin and then maximum yang, that we are capable of both. And we also are often capable of choice. And how in our own lives, what are our choices to help mix yin and yang for that just right balance for that moment, for this moment. Let's do one more. Rolling up and then expanding. And then bringing your hands to your lower belly, closing your eyes, and just sink your awareness into your feet. Invite your feet to send roots deep into the earth. Now maybe, like I'm on the second floor right now, so I'm going to invite my roots to go through the floor, through the first floor below me, through the basement, and just find the heart of the earth with my intention. And then soften your tailbone. And picture a thread of white light lifting the crown of your head just up toward the heavens. And take a slow, deep breath into your hands. And a slow breath out. And another slow breath in. And a slow breath out. And turn your awareness inwards. And just notice. And then opening up your eyes, let's just shift from side to side. I thought we would do sort of, to me, what's one of the more yang versions of this as we shift from side to side, letting our arms be heavy, knocking on our kidneys, knocking on our main men, our door of light, knocking on all those great acupressure points all around our waist. So then we can kind of even invite this movement to be even more yang. So let's lift up our back heel and just knock. And if we coordinate it with our breath, we can then taking your front hand and knocking up and over your shoulder, knocking out tension and tightness. And then come back down to our collarbone. And then down to our cheekbone. And then gradually slow it down and let's complement it with really yin, similar movements. So you're moving from your hips and your waist. And just feel the air in your palms, between your fingers. Invite the fluid movement of your hips and your waist. And then gradually slow it down. Then with your knees lightly bent, just open up our chest and look up at the heavens. Take a breath in. And then exhale, round your back. Tuck your tailbone under. Bring your chin toward your chest. Let's sweep at our yang portion of this movement as we are open. And then our yin as we close. So tapping into that expansiveness of yang energy. And then the sort of protection and nurturing of the yin. So inhale, open to all that summer has to offer. And then exhale, sometimes making choices to hunker down. So the opening and the closing as we balance the yin and yang of summer. And slow it down. Then with your legs pretty far apart, start shifting your weight. This time, name for this is move your body like a river. So let your hips come first, then your ribs, then your neck, then your head. In this, you can make it as yang as you want. Maybe you want to have your torso be parallel to the floor. Or maybe you want to be pretty upright, but start the movement with your hips, then your ribs, then your shoulder, then your neck, then your head. Just picture your body as that river flowing with ease. So then, let's see if we add a figure 8. So letting your arms, your shoulders, your wrists, your elbows, and your hips. Just breathing naturally as you shift your weight. And just feeling into that fluidity, that cooling quality of a river. And then slow it down. Let's just do a forward fold. And relax your head and your neck, your shoulders. Invite the muscles of your lower back to just let go. And your hamstrings and your calves. And then putting your hands and light fists at the lower small of your back. Bend your knees, tuck your tailbone under, roll up, and just a little back bend, opening up the front of your hips. And then standing with a staggered stance. So, I'll do your mirror image. So bring your right foot forward, your left foot back. Your left foot, your toe will be facing out. We're going to be shifting your weight from front to back. Pay attention to your knees on this one. As you shift back, keep your weight on your heel and invite your knee to turn out towards your pinky toe. So then, this movement, you're going to turn your torso toward your back leg. Now shift your weight. Now turn your torso towards your front leg. Shift your weight. Turn, shift, turn, shift. So what we're doing is we're starting to explore how to do a figure eight with our hips, with our center. So as you come forward now, that same movement that we're doing, right, that sort of mechanical turn, shift, what would happen if you then connect, right? So here now, smoothly connect, all the while paying attention to all parts of your body. And then inviting your tailbone to draw a figure eight on the ground. So there's one more piece to this. So as you have your weight all the way on your front leg, lift your shoulder up toward your ear, and then roll it around and let it drop down. So inviting your whole body to play with this figure eight. Breathing, your choice. I think I find if I inhale and exhale down, but the breathing that feels best to you. And then play around with how big and yang you want this movement, or maybe more yin and small. And then just let your arm do it. All right, so let's try the other leg. So find your staggered stance and shift your weight from front to back. Again, it's always a good idea so that your knees, make sure that when you look down your knees, see your toe poking out. It just helps it feel safer. So here we go. Ready? So shift your weight to your front leg. Turn your torso towards your back leg. Shift your weight. Turn towards your front leg and up. Turn. Now, maybe this is like way too basic for you, but this is how I had to break this down so that my hips could figure out how to make a figure eight. So now let's smooth and have it just kind of connect the dots. And let your body invite your tailbone to draw like an infinity sign or figure eight, whichever those two makes most sense to you. So, well, maybe you're figuring eight, and so let's shift. So now that your weight is all the way on your front leg, you're gonna take your right arm, you're gonna invite it up, pull the shoulder up towards your ear, and then you're gonna, now let's see if I can, this side's a little funkier for me. I'm gonna have to go back to, whew, there we go. I'm going to go back to my figure eight. And I'm going to see if I can throw in that shoulder. So I'm just not going to think about it too much. Oh, obviously. Just enjoy how your shoulders and your hips are all connected. And shake out. So then the next movement I want to share to help sort of kind of invite you in at a really young time. It's called Row the Boat to the Heart of the Lake. So depending on your mood, we'll be doing some squats, which I happen to adore. So I'm going to do a pretty wide leg, but maybe you'll choose a narrower leg, a narrower stance. So in this, you're going to be rowing a boat. So have your hands grabbing an oar. You're going to pull that oar up to your chest. And then you're going to glide your hips back as your oar goes out and down. So glide your hips back as your oar comes out and down, and then roll up. So with our breath, inhale as you roll up, and exhale as you push out. And I got over exuberant about my sumo squat today. So the name of this, right, row the boat to the heart of the lake. So on one hand, this can be a pretty young movement as we're doing our squats. So how do we tap in to the yin of this movement? So with our intention, row your boat to the heart of the lake. And I'm picturing this very still mountain lake where you can sort of tap in to that yin, nurturing quality. Each time I think I'm making my squat just a little less as I sort of tap in to the yin possibilities of this movement. So exhale out. And so enjoying the youngness with the movement, but then tapping in to that nurturing yin quality. Rowing your boat to the heart of the lake. Let's do one more row out, and let's just do a forward fold and relaxing. And each exhale, maybe forward fold just a little micro movement more. And now really tapping into the yin of this movement. And then bend your knees and tuck your tail under. And just very slowly rolling up little by little. And then start to shake out your fingers. Today, in our intention of balancing the yin and yang, I'm going to try a shaking that is ever so micro. And what happens if you shake out your hands and your wrists, your elbows, let your shoulder blades glide down your back, lifting to the crown of your head. Just doing that. Choose an intensity of shaking as if you were going to do this for, let's say, 45 minutes, right? So what would that look like? What sort of little micro? And then adjusting your breath is what seems right for you today. And then doing a scan, starting at the top of your head. And just invite a wave of relaxation coming down out your neck, out your shoulder blades, out your breasts, your ribs, your liver, your kidneys, your pelvis. Invite them all to just relax and release. And then gradually slow it down. And in this stillness, Turn your awareness inwards and notice any movement. And then opening up your eyes, float your hands up and float your hands down. So inhale up and exhale down. Almost like strings are just pulling your wrists up and then down. Standing a little taller as you inhale and sinking as you exhale. Now picture as you float your hands up that you're actually coming through water, fresh water. So your hands are gently coming up through the water, and then the palms of your hands are in contact with the water. So the back of your hands against the water, and then your palms. And what happens if you inhale your hands through salt water? Just notice if it feels any different, just changing your intention. Inhale up and exhale. Let's do one more through salt water. Now, picture you're in this gooey substance, but your head's above so you can breathe. So let's say, I don't know, corn syrup or honey. How about honey? You're in honey. So just with your intention, float your hands up in the honey and down. And now just take your left hand up and down. And we didn't really explore that honey, did we? So I'll go back. So let's do a couple more in the honey. So light the backs of your hands up through the honey. And then down and just feel that honey in the palms of your hands. Up through the honey. And down. Let's do one more honey. Just pushing through that honey and then just feeling that honey in the palms. So now we'll switch. Let's just be in air with your left hand up and then your right hand. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inviting your whole body to enjoy this movement. So as you inhale, just standing taller. And you exhale, sink. We'll do one more like this. So this time, have your left hand right. You're doing just a little up, up, down. So inhale, left, right, left, right. And as you're doing this movement, picture that you have actually lemons in your armpits. So it'll give you that openness. And little by little, what happens if that movement gets just a little bigger still? Maybe now you've got oranges under your armpits. I don't know, it makes me smile thinking I have oranges under my armpits. Oranges that are not peeled, right? So inhale up and exhale down. I chose this movement because I find it like super soothing as we tap into the waves, right? This is one name, it's called Making Waves. Let's do one more. And let's just float both hands up and down. So switch to the other side. So you'll be leading with your right hand. So your right hand up and down. And then you know the gist of this movement. So floating one hand up, then the other, and down. So inhale. What you might notice is that, and maybe this will make it more complicated than it needs to be, but remember that figure eight we did earlier? There's a bit of a figure eight thing kind of going on with our center. So inhale up, and exhale down, letting that. You might notice that one hand, one arm, one side. So that flows with more ease. I found the other side was a little easier, just more natural. Let's even slow it down even more. Inhale up and exhale down. Let's do one more. And then let's go back to just two arms. And slow it down. Just put your awareness in your hands and your wrists and your rest of your arm. And then go one more wave movement, similar but different. So stand with your feet pretty wide. You're going to lift your hands over to the right, and you're going to shift your weight over to the left as your hands come down and around. So shift. So with our breath, take a breath in and exhale down. Inhale and exhale. Now this is one that you definitely just play with. Shifting your weight first and then coming down. So letting your center lead the movement. So shifting your weight and then let our breath coordinate it with it. So take a breath in and exhale down. Inhale. And then invite yourself to do this. Do this slowly and with fluidity. And with your breath as you inhale and exhale, see if you can hear the sounds of that surf as it comes onto the shore and then recedes back to the sea. Inviting this sort of yin energy of the water element to help just balance out maximum yang of its summer. Let's do one more each side. And then bring your feet close together. Put your hands on your lower belly and close your eyes. And invite your body, just rock, then sway. As if you're seaweed in the ocean. Going back a couple times in our practice today, we tapped into the calming yin energy of the water element and of waves. And just picture that you're that seaweed just in those gentle rocking waves. And then take a slow, deep breath into your hands. And a slow breath out. Another slow, deep breath in. And a slow breath out. And turn your awareness inwards. And then gliding your hands up to your heart center. Giving a little rub. And giving gratitude to yourself for doing this practice. And I give gratitude to you for sharing your practice with me today. Thank you, and have a good week.